Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Kaiju number 8 chapter review. This is the chapter 12 review. And my bad it took so late. I know we have 3 days until the new chapter. I'm on top of this now. I had started a new job, a new production job, and that's what I wasn't able to get it done over the weekend. But don't worry, got it done for you guys. Let's talk about the new chapter. So last week, our last chapter review, I said that I was interested to see how Kikaru and Kafka's conversation that Kikaru and Kafka needed to have. When did that happen? And we see this chapter starts off with them on the way to the mission to destroy the kaiju, and we get a flashback to that conversation. And basically, that conversation boiled down to Kikaru telling him, "Look, you got to keep this a secret because they're either gonna kill you." Or they're going to examine you and run tests on you, and you'll become a weapon for the government. And she's like, I'll keep this a secret, but if you turn out to be an evil kaiju, I will have to kill you. And Kafka's like, I wouldn't want it any other way. So we get to the grounds of where the mission's taking place. And basically, Hosina is just letting things be known. But we see that each of the young officers and Kafka are set up into different groups. So Kafka and Kikaru are in Hosina's platoon. We see Reno, Ichikawa, and Iharu, the rivals, are in the same platoon in the Ikaruga platoon. And then we see Haruichi and Oi are in the Nakanoshima platoon. So they're all separated, but Hosina then tells them their mission is to take out any of the Yoju that are just walking by, or any of the fledgling, these Yoju are like baby kaiju. Like the kaiju's the big monster, and then there's medium-sized monsters, which are Hoju, and then there's the Yoju, which I guess are the baby-sized monsters, and that's the ones they have to take out. But Hosina tells them, y'all are the last line of defense, so if this doesn't work, it's on y'all. Go out and save people, but remember, your practice doesn't mean anything. It's about using your talents that you've acquired to do the real thing. Save people and destroy the kaiju that you see. And I think that was very interesting that he mentioned the practice thing and everything. But the fact that they're the last line of defense, I could see something coming in the next couple of chapters where shit gets screwed up, and it's going to be on the cadets in the office, well, on the cadet Kafka and the other officers to take out the kaiju. Interesting enough, will Kafka will use his kaiju form in the next chapter? But we'll talk about that in a little bit. We then see Ichikawa and Kafka have a conversation like, yo, we're here. This is it. This is our moment. And Kafka remembers what Hosina told him, like, you got 3 months. If you don't prove anything, you're out of here. And Kafka remembers that, and he tells Ichikawa, like, I'm so amped that this is my chance to finally live my dream and get one step closer to being next to the captain, being next to Ashiro, and living up to what we told each other as childhood. And I just thought that was a good moment between Ichikawa, because even though they're not in the same platoon, they're still boys. They did this together. And then pretty much the chapter ends with Kikaru and Kafka just going off. Kafka's like, yo, Kikaru, let's go. And Kikaru's like, oh, you can't lead me. What's up with you, Kafka? And they're going off to do the mission. And that's how the chapter ends. But like I was saying earlier, it's going to be interesting to see how Kafka uses his kaiju powers when he can, because I know Hosina's looking at him. Does that get exposed in this arc? Are we going to wait a little longer to get exposed? I feel like it's going to have to be exposed within at least two, if not this arc, definitely by the next arc. So then we can deal with the fact that the government knows, and we start to use Kafka as this weapon, and then he won't get kicked out of the platoon. That's how I'm seeing it going, but that's just traditional storytellings with these anime and manga. Hopefully they go a different route. Hopefully that's not true, but I could easily see that happening. Also interested to see when we learn about how these platoons are set up, and we get to learn more about Haruichi and Oi. But I feel like that's coming. Right now it's about Iharu, Ichikawa, Kikaru, and Kafka. That's what I feel like the main four we're focusing on, at least with this arc right now. So we got a new chapter in 3 days. That was it. A short little chapter just answering some major questions that we needed, like the conversation between Kikaru and Kafka, and then getting us ready for this big mission. I'm excited for the next chapter to finally get some action. It's been a while since we got some kaiju killing action, so it's time. But that's all we got this week. My name is Lyndon Burton. You can follow me at LynnBWT. Follow the Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think on Twitter. Be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content, and I promise in 3 days the new review will be out. I'm gonna do it that night. I don't care if I have to stay up late. You're gonna get it that day. So I'm excited about that. Also, be sure to check out the last week's anime talk. Had a lot of news drop. It's a new season, so next anime talk we'll be reviewing Jujutsu Kaisen, Burn the Witch, Yashime, Dragon Quest, and all the other new anime that's dropped. So be on the lookout for that coming next week. But until then, my name is Lyndon Burton. You have a good one. I'll talk to you on the next review in 3 days when the chapter drops. But until then, peace.